Let's remind our viewers, Israel has been saying that it's waging a multi-frontal war, not just in Gaza, not just in the occupied West Bank, not just on Lebanon, but also Syria, Iran, Yemen, and now also Iran.
And Israel has hit Iran recently, back in 2024 even. But how is this attack different in terms of the scale of the apparent preparation?
This is fundamentally different. The last two attacks were almost choreographed, orchestrated. Everybody knew they would be limited in scope. It was predictable. Even the Iranian retaliation was announced. There were very few surprises really entailed. Right now, what we're seeing is Israel striking at the heart of the entire system. So not just going after military installation, but also striking at Iran's nuclear facilities, striking the military leadership of Iran, assassinating academics, nuclear scientists, and so on. So this is a far more comprehensive Israeli attack. Israel clearly not holding back in its strikes, considering this perhaps a short window of opportunity during which it can strike and strike really hard. But they're also expecting a very strong retaliation. The Israeli media saying that this could go on for at least 2 weeks and that they expect Iran to carry out an attack in the coming hours. So this is definitely uncharted territory as far as the entire region is concerned, and you can feel the tension in the air. Palestinians are concerned, of course, because they are immediately in the geography of where all of this is happening. But every government in the region is also worried about the ramifications of this escalation. What will happen to oil prices? What will happen to commerce? What will happen to the integrity of their own territories? Jordan, for example, and Iraq have already announced that their airspace is locked to any kind of activity involving this escalation between Iran and Israel, that they will not allow them to drag them, either Iran or Israel, into this war. So there is a lot of concern that goes far beyond the borders of Iran and Israel.
Yes.
And certainly in the coming hours,
obviously,
we would expect more countries to react, more countries to take perhaps measures to also secure their own populations, who will for sure be affected by the fallout of all of this military tension and escalation.
Now stay with us as we continue our coverage. And if you are just joining us, we're bringing you breaking news coverage. Israel has carried out strikes against Iran, targeting its nuclear and military sites. The UN nuclear war.
Again, that's where it repeats. So I'm going to go back to doing what I normally do. I don't want to get stuck in this fucking terrible footage like all day, all night long. Oops, no, wait, go back.
No, Iran has not launched any response. By the way, Saturday was, I mean, it's so crazy because all this news has been going on in the U.S. with these protests. Then Saturday is supposed to be this big military parade. President Trump has organized this huge military parade on his birthday, actually. What is it, for the 250th?
Yeah.
Anniversary of the armed forces, the Army's 250th birthday, and then there's lots of protests that are supposed to go on in the U.S. These No Kings protests on Saturday, all that's supposed to be going on, but now this is going on. So it's just crazy, all this stuff is going on at the same time.
Yeah, I think we can probably bail out now. Since I don't think there's anything new for a little bit. We'll come back in 5 or 10 minutes.
Thanks, everybody, for taking the time to be here. We just had a chance to review the 36-page order from Justice Breyer. I'm gratified by the order, by his decision. Today was really about a test of democracy. And today we passed the test. We, the people, passed the test. I was just 48 hours ago giving a speech, almost to the minute, talking about some of the enduring principles of our founding fathers, who in response to monarchy, in response to King George, set out to frame a new construct to elevate and support individual freedom, liberty. They created a system of checks and balances, a separation of power, co-equal branches of government. Framework took the best of Greek democracy and the Roman Republic, and it has stood the test of time. Donald Trump has tested the limits of that and has done so consistently. But today's order makes clear that he is not above or beyond constitutional constraints. Constitution sets forth limits. The president is a constitutional officer. The President of the United States works under the Constitution. And so we are very gratified by this decision. His section that he asserted the authority to overrule the objections of a state governor. Clearly, in the 36-page order, those cornerstones that he claimed or asserted were not met. Section 12, 406, clearly there's no invasion, there's no rebellion. It's absurd. And so we're gratified. Today is a big day for the Constitution of the United States, for our democracy. And I hope it's the beginning of a new day in this country where we push back against overreach. We push back against these authoritarian tendencies of a president that has pushed the boundaries, pushed the limit, but no longer can push this state around any longer. Happy to take any questions. Well, I hope we look at what happened to Senator Padilla, not through the blue or red lens, but through your own set of eyes. And just tell me that that's right. Here's the United States Senator in his home state, in a federal building, in his office building, that wishes to join a press conference, not dissimilar to this, and express himself by simply asking a question, and was handcuffed, was thrown down to the ground in the United States Senate. And anyone that knows Alex Padilla knows one thing about Alex Padilla. He's one of the most mild-mannered, decent people you'll meet. And that's not, don't just take my word for it. Folks on the other side of the aisle would acknowledge that. I thought it was a disgrace.
He's right,
I
too.
want to make this clear. The National Guard will come back under.
It might be a really good time to be a streamer. They're gonna play out the world like it's a fucking video game right in front of us for like
Donald Trump commandeered them.
20 years, and I might have made the right decision to start doing this and get my footing under me in the first 3 years.
Drug enforcement and fentanyl enforcement, which they were taken off by Donald Trump. The National Guard.
They're gonna dance for us now for like 20 years or something.
Doing vegetation and forest management.
Every night a different clown. I guarantee
In
it.
preparation for wildfire season.
Is the Bibi
The National
attacking
Guard,
Israel?
men and women
Or sorry, is
who go
Israel
back to their
attacking
day jobs, which
Iran?
include
Is
law
it?
enforcement, that he took them off the job?
Is it tackling a
I want
senator?
you to all absorb what I just said.
Tackling a senator. I can't believe I'm saying that
You'll have an
sentence.
opportunity to
Tackling
read
a
that
senator.
36-page order from Justice Breyer that laid that out. And they'll come back under the rightful command of the governor of the state of California. Do it peacefully. It's a vulgar display. It's the kind of thing you see Kim Jong-un, you see it Putin, you see it with dictators around the world that are weak and just want to demonstrate strength. Weakness masquerading as strength. To fet the dear leader on his birthday, what an embarrassment. Honestly, that's about as small as it gets. How weak do you have to be to commandeer the military to fet you on your birthday in a vulgar display of weakness? That's Donald Trump.
Governor, you warned other states in your address the other night. What are the messages and conversations with state leaders?
Well, these governors have all been waiting for this decision. I haven't had a chance to talk to any governors, and by the way, every Republican governor. And I remember one of them by the name of Kristi Noem, who just a few months ago was on there with one of the spokespeople for the Trump administration, Sean Hannity, and was going on and on and on about a rumor that somehow former President Biden was going to federalize her national troop, and she stood there talking about freedom and federalism, the 10th Amendment. And here she is, her folks throwing the United States Senator from the great state of California on the ground and handcuffing him in his office building in 2025.
Governor, what about the Marines? Were you disappointed the judge prior to address that issue? Is that something that you expected to develop?
Well, there's been a lot of rhetoric from Pete Hegseth, that's his name, that they've quote unquote been deployed, but it doesn't appear they have been. But they were making you believe that. And so I think the judge was waiting for the evidence that they actually have been deployed into Los Angeles, which they appear not to be. Of course, they're not coordinating with anybody on this. So he's just waiting for that evidence. Obviously, they moved to another location for training exercises. But there's the bottom line. The police do policing. Military, it's for the battlefield. The idea that these unbelievably brave young men and women that I work with, that we have had the benefit of their extraordinary contribution all across this state. I gave you 3 examples. What more evidence do we need of the work they did during the wildfires in Los Angeles and all the work they did to secure locations and keep property and personal lives safe over the course of the last few months? These folks are now being commandeered to do ICE raids. You've seen the photographs. That ends tomorrow at noon. And the notion that the United States active duty Marines, these heroes, would be used to militarize the streets of an American city is an abomination. The founding fathers did not live and die to see that happen in this country for no reason whatsoever than vanity, theater, to instill fear, to incite a response. So I'm very hopeful this order puts that in perspective, and hopefully Donald Trump will immediately back down. The courts have ruled on the guard. They will be back under my command, and he'll be relieved. Donald Trump will be relieved of his command at noon tomorrow.
On the topic of the President and Secretary Hegseth will honor this order, and then you also mentioned that you would try to work with the President in the past.
Of course.
Has this situation changed your dynamic with
No, because I will work with anyone to advance the interests of 40 million Americans that I happen to represent here in California. And so I've always maintained an open hand, not a closed fist. But I also am going to stand firm and tall and push back against lawlessness, against someone that does not believe in the rule of law, does not believe in constraints, does not believe in the Constitution, who is threatening judges, that threatens not to abide by orders, and Donald Trump better abide by these orders, or we have a constitutional crisis, likes of which we haven't seen in our lifetime. Well, that will be determined by fate and future, but also fundamentally by whatever decision he makes. That's how things break down. It's a federal judge with a federal order. Period, full stop. It's the rule of law.
Yeah.
These are the foundational principles of a constitutional.
Yeah, we can't just ignore it now.
democracy.
Yeah, I mean, he is right. Yeah.
He must work under the constraints as a
of the
constitutional
Constitution.
officer of the Constitution of the United States of America. That's what this court order demands of the President of the United States. He is not a monarch, he is not a king, and he should stop acting like one. I spoke to him on Friday night. He had a mysterious conversation with me 3 days later. You can't even make this stuff up. Oh, I would love to share the readout, but I revere the Office of Presidency, so I'll keep it in confidence. He has quite literally made up components of that conversation. He's been a stone-cold liar about what he said we talked about. He never discussed the National Guard, period, full stop. I would love to share with you what he actually talked about. It would send shivers up your spine.
Oh my God, that's what actually happened.
Of course not. Yeah, no, absolutely not. We were back and forth with Susie Wiles as chief of staff, and then called mayor of Los Angeles. Saw a missed call from the president, called him back, actually texted him back. He wanted full disclosure, and he called me right back. We discussed for a nanosecond Los Angeles, and he immediately zigged and zagged into 7 or 8 other topics. Some extraordinarily familiar and some extraordinarily remarkable, considering the world we're living in.
So how did you find out?
I learned about it when I saw some tweet about Governor Newscomb, a nickname, by the way, that's hardly original. There was an 8th grader on Baltimore Street in Corte Madera that used to call me that. And the reference to the National Guard being commandeered in that same tweet. That's how I learned about it.
Governor, are you confident this ruling will stand on
Jesus
appeal
Christ.
against the Supreme Court?
Well, I'm confident.
See, it's like it's fucking crazy. Like the puppets are coming out to dance now. Like it's just crazy. They're gonna like come out and they're gonna dance. They're gonna like lay out all this crazy drama and stuff for us for like years and years. And all I have to do is sit and watch it. It's insane.
I'm confident in the wisdom.
He just like related some story about how some kid when he was like in 8th grade or like a 4th grader or whatever, fucking like used to call him new scum and stuff, and how Trump calling him that in the media, like fucking like how that made him feel. I can't even imagine.
And judgment of a very well-respected federal judge, and I'm confident on the basis of the review of the 36 pages. Absolutely, it will stand.
So does this order go even further than you expected if you were trying to ask for them to simply be restricted to federal buildings?
I'll just say we're extraordinarily pleased by the 36-page ruling of Justice Breyer.
Can you speak to some of the journalists about some of the journalists in LA who hit rubber bullets?
Well, there's 2 investigations. The one we initiated with the California Highway Patrol, and there's one that has been initiated independent by the LAPD. And people should feel safe. Reporters absolutely should feel safe. And we'll get to the bottom of it. I don't want to prejudge, but I'm concerned about it.
I'm done.
That's why we advanced the investigations.
Governor, today in San Francisco.
We're like done. I finally got the hardcore character prepped. It took like 2 days. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
The puppets are gonna come out to dance, and Philip DeFranco is gonna be amazing every day, and so is that dude Agenda Free, and so is Al Jazeera, and I mean it's just gonna be insane. And war just started. I mean I can't even. It's just insane. I don't want it to be bad, but god damn it, the entertainment quality of it is just insane. It's like, get your fucking popcorn. Like this guy, he's in like a battle of his life. You can see it. He's in the battle of his life right now. This guy's like in the battle of his life. You can see it. It's insane. Stupid ass, what's his name? I can't think of his fucking name. What's his name? The Fear Factor guy. Joe Rogan, right? Stupid ass Joe Rogan. I mean, he's not stupid. Joe Rogan, whatever. I'm sorry I said stupid. I'm just like, figure of speech. I don't mean to call him stupid ass. He's not. Joe Rogan, right? He likes MMA. Now, I liked MMA when I was like 16 years old. Then I stopped, right? I like this. This guy's actually in a fight for his life. You can see it. He's pinging every ping pong with his ping pong paddle. He's like there. He's sweating. You can see it. He's fucking pissed. He's fucking pissed at what happened today. Like one of his friends was like hauled out of the fucking meeting because the Republicans have like taken over our government and are like pretty much like committing a coup d'etat. And it's just insane. Like, thank God it's not me. Sometimes I think it probably should be me. But I mean, like, thank God it's not me. I mean, look, I don't have the control that this motherfucker has. I just don't have it. I'll fucking yell at each and every one of them.
In the Bay Area around the state. And many of these people, their attorneys are telling them they have complicated technical cases.
But he's like so controlled, and I admire that. I want to be a controlled politician, but I also think it's also sort of weird that they don't actually like let go.
Thoughts about seeing these detentions occurring in your communities around California?
Well, he's on. Let's just dispense. This is not about criminals. If it's about criminals, got no beef with me. We want to secure our border. We need comprehensive immigration reform. We need a pathway to citizenship for people being here 10, 15, 20 years, contributing, paying their taxes, being remarkable members of our community.
Yep.
But that's not what this is about. I was in Oxnard, California, in Ventura County yesterday, met with three people directly impacted by indiscriminate raids. I met a 12-year-old boy in 6th grade, weeping, crying, tears pouring down his face. His mother and father were both detained. They disappeared. He has no brothers, no sisters, no family. He quite literally is on his own, abandoned. That's Donald Trump's America. 20 plus years his mom and dad working in the same fields, doing the same packing and shipping. 20 plus years. They've disappeared. 12-year-old boy. You saw the images of ICE officers running through strawberry fields. CBP helicopters above. I met a woman, a single mother, who was walking out at 5:45 a.m. to get in her car. 7 agents surrounded her. They took her in a car, in essence kidnapping her, driving her around for almost 2 hours until she finally convinced the agent, because she has 3 young children, a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, and an 8-year-old, that they needed to get to school, and there's no one to help them get to school. She was finally allowed to call her oldest daughter, who was interrogated by the agent and threatened. And they threatened her after they dropped her off, said, "We may be back."
What?
Terrorizing this single mother. No criminal record, no criminal background. I met another young woman whose husband has quite literally disappeared. No criminal record. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't even know what happened. That was just yesterday. That's Donald Trump's America. Agricultural workers. Think about that when you have dinner tonight. Think about what, then you enjoy your first course. Have some fresh fruit, some fresh vegetables. Who provided those? Who supported you in that? Think about it when you go home and the construction around your property. Or maybe you're getting a remodel. Who's doing that work? Destroying not only the foundations of our democracy, the best, again, of the Roman Republic, the Greek democracy, but now our economy is at risk because of the recklessness and the cruelty of Donald Trump, the indiscriminate cruelty of Donald Trump. Why else do you go to a 7-Eleven? Why else do you go to a nail salon? Why else do you just randomly show up in front of a hardware store? Why else? It's not about criminals. That's about creating chaos. And I do not believe the American people, the majority of the American people, support that. Quite the contrary. And so this decision was important because it's about constraints, it's about limits, it's about our democracy. And that's why we're very grateful by the order. Well, I think the courts will. I think look, I'm counting on these separations of power. It's the co-equal branches of government. Co-equal, Mr. President, branches of government. He's eliminated one, or they eliminated themselves. That's called Congress. Speaker Johnson, who his eloquence was elevated when he called to, quote unquote, tar and feather the governor of California. That's the speaker. Very religious man. I guess that's the spirit. The word, the Lord. He's abdicated any oversight and responsibility over the President of the United States. There's one branch remaining, and that's the judicial branch. So my response to you is we count on the judicial branch. But there's also, as I said, I ended that speech 48 hours ago. I said there's the most important office, and that's office of citizen. That's all of you. Stepping up, stepping in, and sharing your passion with action. Pushing back against this peacefully, and sharing your voice. And I think this weekend there will be millions and millions of Americans rightfully expressing their outrage, their constitutionally protected right to assemble and free speech, peacefully expressing that all across this country. I pray that's the case. No.
Half an hour till the op.
What do you make of the president today coming out and saying he wants to protect California farm workers from deportation?
This is what he does. He creates a problem, and then he tries to be a hero in his own Marvel movie. Did it on fill in a blank on almost every topic. Creates the problem, and then tries to do a make-believe as if you're all perfect little sheep, and you're going to go on with it to be the hero in his own Marvel movie. He initiated those raids. He significantly increased the scale and scope of those raids. That's why he wants the National Guard. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of guardsmen and women now being dispersed everywhere, sprinter vans, unmarked, people with masks, running in, rolling over, some case running into cars, 6-month-old kid, a 3-year-old child in the back of the car, left. So, spare me, Mr. President, that he's sincere on it. But if he is, that happened because of you. If it happened because of the American people, because they stood up. And that should give us some optimism. Thank you all very, very much.
Can't get enough Midas? Check out the Midas Plus Substack. For
Thank you,
ad-free
Midas
articles,
Tasha, for the
reports,
extra content for my
podcasts,
stream.
daily-
I've liked and subbed to your channel. Let's see what else is offered up here. We'll go back now to Al Jazeera. Well, not Al Jazeera, but Agenda Free.
Headphones. Take the headphones off for a second. Might pause a second when this happens. Oh, Joe Seals. Hold on. I'm going to pause for a second. Joe, that is so generous of you. Joe Seals. Wow. That's incredibly nice of Joe. Joe from over there at right side. Wow. Hey, Joe, that's so nice of you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So I'm going to take 5 minutes. 5 minutes, folks. I'm going to put it on the screen, too. Why am I not hearing anything? Oh. There we go. Now I can. You gotta give me 5 minutes, okay? That's all I ask. I'll keep an eye on things, but give me 5 minutes, and then I'll come right back. Steve will be back in 5 minutes. and I am planning on keeping the stream going. All right, give me 5 minutes. I'll come back in 5, and we'll see you in 5 minutes.
Israel or France that have nuclear weapons, like Israel or France or the United States, United Kingdom, have a tendency to be expansionist, to be exploratory, to actually get into more conflict than those who do not. It's not a good protection mechanism for their own civilians or their own citizens. And this is something that is highly problematic, again, for the region, because the use of nuclear weapons, any use of nuclear weapons, is designed to cause massive indiscriminate harm. Nuclear weapons in the use in the region would have widespread consequences, and it would not only impact those who are living there, but it would have further knock-on effects that would affect everyone within across the globe. That's why countries have worked so diligently for decades to bring the numbers of nuclear weapons down, to bring states' reliance on those weapons down, and to overwhelmingly reject those weapons. About 100 countries have joined the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons to do so. And that is a useful and productive and pragmatic pathway forward. Unfortunately, we need tensions right now to de-escalate. We need to see bombing stop, and a diplomatic and negotiated solution to prevent the development or spread of nuclear weapons in the future.
Susie Snyder, Programme Coordinator, the International Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons. Thank you for joining us here on Al Jazeera. We're going to bring in Dorsa Jabari again here in the studio. Dorsa, how does this affect the situation across the region, given this attack, not just on the Iranian capital, and beyond, by Israel?
I think the countries in the region are going to be very worried now. It's going to heighten tensions in the region. It's going to increase oil prices. We've already seen a 10% increase today so far. I think people in the Middle East are waking up to this news, and they're going to be very worried about what's coming in the next few hours and few days. You know, Iran's allies in the region have been trying over and over again.
So we're like over the nuclear scare because they would have just launched if they were going to, I think, which is good. Good thing. They're not crazy.
But clearly Israel had other plans, and that's what everybody was worried about. So I think they're going to be very worried, and they're going to try to do everything they can to de-escalate the situation. But I think we are now at the point of no return for Iran. They have to respond. It's not going to be a situation where, like in 2020, Qasem Soleimani was assassinated in Baghdad, where the Emir of Qatar made a trip to Tehran to try and de-escalate the situation, or the Omani officials meeting with Iran to try and urge them not to launch a full-scale attack on Israel or the United States at that time. And it worked to a certain extent. Iran's response was limited, attacking Ain al-Assad in Iraq, attacking US troops in Iraq. Now it's a different story. It's a completely different situation where Iran is under attack. The entire country is under attack. And clearly there's been no consideration given to the civilian casualties that could come as a result of these attacks. So these targeted killings were not that targeted. They just knew where they were. Regardless of who was around them, they were targeted. So I think Iran is in a position where they have to respond, and that is certainly going to be, it is worrying for the region.
And for our international audience, and given your experience reporting in Iran, put us into context. I mean, Israel hit Iran back in 2024, but how does this attack differ compared to that in scale?
Well, there were two attacks in 2024, in April and in October. They had a tit for tat, both sides. And that was the first time since Iran became an Islamic republic in 1979 that Israel and Iran exchanged any kind of military tit for tat. And it broke a psychological barrier that existed for all these years. But this one is different. First of all, when those attacks happened, there were advance warnings. So both sides knew that there was something coming, so they prepared for it. This was completely by surprise. And also the scale of this attack is much larger and broader. We're seeing multiple locations, Tabriz, Tehran, Kermanshah, Isfahan, Natanz under attack. certainly Tehran as well, one of the main places. So the scale of it, the scope of it is certainly much larger, and it is continuing. It's not a one-off. This is not a strategic in and out kind of attack. They are continuing as we speak. So, and we have no idea when they will end. So certainly the situation is very, very different now.
As you say, it's continuing as we speak. Difficult to say, but how might Iran respond? What are its options? And certainly it would feel it has to respond.
Absolutely. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And I think it will be ultimately up to the commander-in-chief, that is the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, how Iran will respond. But certainly we have seen in the past, one option is to directly
20 minutes.
attack Israel. And also we have heard already from officials inside Iran that they also blame the United States for this attack, for enabling Israel to carry out this attack. So U.S. targets in the region are also not safe. And I think Iran will have to weigh its options, whether or not they also want to go to war with the United States, given the kind of response they're going to deliver and how broad it will be. So I think first option is direct hit attack, missiles, drones, and then also U.S. interest in the region as well.
Tahir Asadi joins us again from the site of one of those attacks in Tehran. So, but these strikes have not been restricted to the capital, have they? Give us an example of the scale of this, so we can see some of the damage behind you there.
Well, actually, this is an unprecedented development that Iran is facing. Iran is facing a huge, extensive strike by the Israelis, leaving casualties when it comes to military officials, leaving casualties when it comes to civilians. And we see a lot of damage, which is not limited to Tehran, the Iranian capital, but across the country in different cities. Reports are coming that sounds of massive explosion have been heard. In that regard, Natanz, outside the capital, is the most important place which hosts the nuclear enrichment facilities, one of the most important of them indeed, that has been targeted in the recent strikes by the Israelis. It started at around 3:30 a.m. in the morning, and since then we are closely following the developments. We have heard the news about the assassination of different Iranian top military officials, including Hossein Salami, the head of IRGC, as well as other IRGC commanders, as well as Mohammad Bagheri, who is the chief of staff for Iran's armed forces. Also, when it comes to nuclear scientists, behind me you can see a scene, you can see a building that is still, you see smoke coming out of that scene. Firefighters are working hard to deal with the situation, and this building behind me belongs to university professors, and this is the place where Dr. Tehranchi, one of Iran's top nuclear scientists, was assassinated alongside with other civilians. And it is not just that, it was Feridun Abbasi who was assassinated in this recent strikes. So he is the former head of Iran's organization, atomic organization, and the former member of the parliament. But still, the domain of casualties is not limited to political figures, to nuclear scientists and military top officials. As I spoke to people nearby in this neighborhood, there is this sentiment of anger among the people who have lost their family members. And I saw a lady crying here, saying that one of the family members of hers was killed in this strike. That's not it. We saw footages coming out from different cities across Tehran, in addition to this one that you see behind me, showing that children and women have been killed as a result of this strike, which is obviously going to pave the way for unprecedented escalation of the situation. We know that there is this already deteriorated hostile nature of connection between Israel and Iran, and there is this history behind it. It's not the first time that Iran is receiving strikes from the Israeli side. Let's keep in mind that it was the October that there is this already deteriorated hostile nature of connection between Israel and Iran, and there is this history behind it. It's not the first time that Iran is receiving strikes from the Israeli side. Let's keep in mind that it was the October 2024 attack that
new
happened,
Var and Star Shard.
and then Iran said that it's going to retaliate in case there's going to be a future attack down the road. And now we are just at a very critically important situation with Iranian officials right now coming out to say that Tehran is going to retaliate. Most important of which, I can refer to the statements that today we heard from the Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei saying that Israel is going to face tough punishment for what they did, and also saying that they're going to face a bitter destiny by the hands and
another lab.
powerful hands of Iran's army and armed forces. Now we see signs of escalation here in Tehran and across the region, as there is a possibility for tensions to move beyond this level, as Iran is getting prepared, according to Iranian officials, to retaliate these rounds of strikes.
Hey,
and
what?
Without saying that from the Israeli sources, we hear the possibility of next waves of attack. And if that happens, it's going to again further escalate the situation. We have heard the statement from the foreign ministry, from the military, from different sources.
You're like sending me to
inside
different
Iran,
places.
saying that this is a highly dangerous situation,
Oh my God.
which could pave the way even for an all-out, full-fledged war scenario. But for further details, I think we have to keep waiting. What we know for the time being is that there are some nuclear facilities of the country, including Natanz that I mentioned, under attack, and there are other military places inside the capital and outside it targeted. For instance, I can refer to the IRGC headquarters, reportedly targeted with this recent strike that took place, and also other military bases are said to be targeted across the country. Sounds of explosion have been heard across the country in different provinces, including Azerbaijan, in cities like Tabriz, in Elam, in Hamadan, and now there is a possibility of further escalation down the road.
Tahid Fadel, thank you.
Ops forming.
Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei issued this statement. He said, "The Zionist regime opened its filthy and bloody hand to commit a crime in our beloved country and revealed its evil nature by striking residential centers more than in the past." He goes on to say that the Zionist regime has prepared a bitter and painful fate for itself and will definitely receive it. Noor Ode is back with us now from Iran. Noor, what do you make of that statement from Iran's Supreme Leader?
Well, it is really what Israel is expecting. Israel understands and understood when it drew up these plans, when it took the decision to strike and destroy Iran's nuclear capability, but also the conventional capabilities, that Iran would want to retaliate. In fact, news reports say that the expectation is that within the next possibly 2 hours, there would be the first preliminary response from Iran, and so there is readiness for that, and those plans have already been in play since the early hours of dawn. The Israeli government announced a state of emergency. It put the airspace under lockdown, canceled schools, canceled all normal activity in civilian life, and instructed thousands of reservists to report to active military duty. So there are a lot of safeguards that Israel has taken already in anticipation of this Iranian response to the unprecedented Israeli attack on Iran. The latest reports indicate that Israel claims to have attacked 300 separate targets in those 5 waves of attacks and assassinated, as we heard from our colleague in Tehran, senior military commanders, as well as at least 10 nuclear scientists, according to Israeli military reports citing senior military sources in Israel. So this was an unprecedented Israeli attack, and the expectation is that the tit-for-tat attacks will continue for at least 2 weeks.
No, stay with us as we bring in Dorsa Jabari again here in the studio in Al Jazeera. Is this an attack which could be regarded as a strike on Iran as an entity, as it were, not just individuals?
Certainly, I think this is seen as...
So they're spinning their wheels, nothing new there. Let's go back to the main page and see what else there is. I'm just listening. End of the world live stream with Dark Brandon.
If this can happen to a United States senator for having the audacity to ask a question of the Secretary of Homeland Security, the same questions for and requests for information that we've had, not just the last sort of week or so, the activity in Los Angeles, but since the beginning of the administration, then just imagine what can happen to anybody in the
Now, the other day we made a video asking the question, does Bethesda have something big planned for Fallout 76 this year? Because we only got 2 months of the normal 4-month community calendar. And through my years, over 4,000 hours that I have in Fallout 76, I had this inkling.
There he is.
Stomach, one Jethro Gibbs says, there's no such thing as a coincidence. And friends, it looks like that inkling might have been right. There's not anything public as of yet. But there was something said this previous weekend that nobody else knew until today. You see, if you're like me, you were watching the Xbox showcase and it was just a trailer for the Gone Fishing update, and we all kind of sat there wondering, are we going to hear something then at QuakeCon, or what's going to be coming? Well, Paris did an interview at the Summer Games Fest, and now Paris is an absolute wonderful, wonderful person. I'll have a link to their video down in the description below. I got to meet them at the Xbox Showcase last year. Absolute wonderful dude. Funny, just smart. You should definitely check out stuff. Yeah, there was a conversation had between John Rush, Bill LeCompte, and Paris. And I've got a piece of hair stuck in my mouth. And it's very interesting because, you see, Paris got invited out to London to witness the preview of the Ghoul update. And now they're talking about the Gone Fishing update. And at the tail end of the interview, John Rush says something very, very interesting. And he tells you to take your headphones off, but I'm sorry, John, I just couldn't help myself. I kept my headphones on, and, well, if you want to know what's up, take a listen to this clip.
Yeah. So, take off your headphones. Between you and I, end of this year, we have probably the biggest update to Fallout 76 ever.
What?
Which I'm not going to talk about.
Okay.
However, I'm going to roll it back a few months and let's talk about the fall. After Gone Fishing in the fall, our builders can expect a really cool update that gives them more tools to build, makes it easier to build. It's a patch dedicated to our builders, so keep an eye out for that. We're only getting started here, folks. We're only getting started.
It's fantastic.
And now, if you're like me, you hit on that cell phone back twice, your left arrow key, or for those 20% of y'all that are watching on the TV, you're actually remote control.
Ooh, 76 stuff. That's
I would be a
good.
big star. I can't believe I made it onto the big screen. But, like I said, if you're like me, you had to back it up and be like, wait, what? Biggest update.
76
Fallout
ever?
76 ever.
I mean, Wastelanders was really big. What do you mean, ever?
And you brought NPCs in. Then you brought those pesky Brotherhood of Steel people in.
What could they possibly do?
Management with Orlando. And then we got the Ghoul. What do you got planned? What's the team got planned there? I mean, look, I'm just saying, I'm excited. Not only for that, but the fact that in the fall, building update. I hope it's a bigger camp spot, like bigger budget for camps. Oh my God, I can't wait to see what tools. I mean, look, I know during the AMA, Rush talked about how the system wasn't built for the amount of items that we have in it right now. It was actually built for this amount of items. Like, it was like not built for like I think it's 3,000 something items that we have in Fallout 76 that we can build with, or some number like that. I don't know why 3,000 is poking up in my head right now, but he talked about how that would be a restructure, and I can't wait to see what kind of tools they're talking about using. And this is the first I'm hearing of anything like this. So Paris, seriously, thank you so much for going to Summer Game Fest, doing this interview. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this was
John
good.
Rush and Bill Acosta for sitting down with Paris to
Mr. President.
Direct Nez Senator from New Jersey.
I just want to first thank my colleague from California for stating it so plain about the character of the individual we're talking about. We have justifiable disagreements in this body. We have strong held beliefs in this body. We have real debates and arguments in this body, but it has been generations and generations and generations since there's been violence in this body. I stand with my back towards the chamber where there was the caning of Sumter during the slavery debates, and a House member came over and beat a United States senator within an inch of his life. You see, there's a decorum here where we have this mutual respect, and we understand that violence is absolutely unacceptable. And if there's anybody that
Street protests can escalate quickly, turning into violent clashes. And all too often, journalists find themselves caught in the middle. Staying safe starts with careful preparation. What to wear? Is it better to blend in or stand out? Either way, choose loose-fitting clothes made of natural or fire-retardant fabric. Avoid synthetic, flammable materials. You may need to move fast, so wear comfortable shoes with laces. If there is potential for violence, safety gear is important. A lightweight bike helmet to protect you from projectiles. A mask with activated carbon filters to protect against tear gas. A small medical pack to treat minor injuries. Plan ahead carefully and take the time to do a risk assessment. If you're part of a team, make sure to agree a meeting place in case you get separated. Map out exit routes and agree on who to contact if you need help. Lastly, if you have press credentials, keep them handy and consider whether it's safer to display them or keep them in your pocket. CPJ has more resources to help you prepare for a safe assignment. Find them on our website or reach out to speak to one of our experts to learn how to be ready and be safe.
Hi everybody, my name is Hannah. I'm
the program coordinator of Outdoor Adventures here at UNLV, and today I want to teach you about how to prepare for a protest. So you might be wondering, how do I even find out about
Thank you, UNLV Campus Rec. I've liked and subbed to your
when and where
channel.
it's happening. So you would want to follow the movement that you're supporting social media page. Also, find out if they have a local chapter in which you can follow as well, and they also might post that information on their website. So once you've found a protest that you want to go and protest at, the first step is making a sign. So signs really help give you a unified voice with the folks that you're uniting with. So to find out maybe what to put on your sign, there might be some slogan or something that your movement is supporting, and that information can be found on their website. Or if you're really feeling a certain way, put that on your sign. Just make sure that you use big, bold letters that can be read from a distance. You can use poster board, that's really cheap at the 99-cent store, and then use Sharpies to really make your message be able to be seen. The next step to preparing for a protest is preparing yourself, your body. So you want to start hydrating at least the day before, because it does take a little while for that water to absorb into your body and into all your tissues. So start hydrating the day before, and then also bring at least 3 liters of water with you when you're at your protest. Bring salty snacks, that helps balance your electrolytes. Electrolytes help prevent muscle cramping. You can also bring high protein snacks like jerky and peanut butter. That'll help you stay fuller for longer, because you might not want to stop in the middle of the protest to go grab some food. Also, if you're really wanting to up your game, sport beans is a really great thing. They have electrolytes in them as well as caffeine. The next step to getting to and from the protest is to plan your exit. So if you are driving yourself, you want to park several blocks away from where the protest will be happening. That way you don't have to fight the traffic on the way out. Or if you are getting a ride to the protest and you're getting picked up and dropped off, make sure you communicate to your driver where exactly your meeting spot is, and make sure also that that is several blocks from the protest. So the next step to protesting is to make sure that you have an emergency contact. So just like on an OA trip, we make sure to communicate with someone who's not on the trip where we're going, what we're doing, and what time we expect to be done, and then we contact that person at a certain agreed upon time after the event, after we're supposed to be done. That way, if they don't hear from us, they can start an emergency action plan of their own. So that person could be a family member or a friend, and then they could reach out. If they don't hear from you, then they need to be able to reach out to somebody who they know will be able to take care of the situation, whether that be a family member or a local civil rights lawyer. So the next thing to make sure that you do before you go to your protest is to make sure your phone is charged all the way. And you can get these little portable battery chargers. Charge those up before you go. That way you don't have to worry whatsoever about having a charged phone while you're gone. Another thing to expect is when you're in large crowds, sometimes the cell towers get overloaded, so you might not have service in a place that you normally have service. So I've heard of a app called Fire Chat, which is an app it's a free instant messaging app that doesn't require cell service. So that might be something that you and your emergency contact and or driver want to go ahead and set up before you go to your protest. All right, so super important, make sure before you go you know your local laws and your rights about protesting. You don't want to break a law that you don't know is a law. So check out this website. It has the laws of different states regarding protesting. All right, so now we're ready to dress ourselves in preparation for our protest. And you want to make sure that you don't wear contact lenses. So if you were to get pepper sprayed or tear gassed, it can actually get in your eyes and make its way under your contact lens, and then it's really hard to irrigate out of your eyes, and it will actually burn your eyeball for longer. So put on your glasses. The next step is to wear light colored clothing. So light colored clothing doesn't attract as much heat, and if it's breathable like an athletic fabric, that's great to keep you cool. Also, if it covers your arms and everything, it's not only going to protect you from the sun, but it's going to protect you also from tear gas and pepper spray. When you go to a protest, you want to bring a mask, not only for coronavirus reasons, but also because you can soak it in apple cider vinegar or lemon juice to help create a type of barrier against tear gas and pepper spray. So you would want to soak the mask in there. This one I created from a t-shirt, so you could create one for free and easy as well. You can keep it in a Ziploc bag soaking in the apple cider vinegar or lemon juice until you feel like you need it. Granted, it's not one for free and easy as well. You can keep it in a Ziploc bag soaking in the apple cider vinegar or lemon juice until you feel like you need it. Granted, it's not super quick to put on, so a band coronavirus reasons, but also because you can soak it in apple cider vinegar or lemon juice to help create a type of barrier against tear gas and pepper spray. So you would want to soak the mask in there. This one I created from a t-shirt, so you could create one for free and easy as well. You can keep it in a Ziploc bag soaking in the apple cider vinegar or lemon juice until you feel like you need it. Granted, it's not super quick to put on, so a bandana might be quicker. But then you would just put this around the back of your head, and then this would go over your nose and mouth, and this ties around the base of your neck. And that's how you would make this t-shirt mask. Another advantage of wearing a mask is it conceals your identity. So some people will actually use the video of you protesting to identify you and then harass you via like social media. So conceal your identity. If you take video of people and action yourself, if you could try not to catch faces in your video or blur them out afterwards in the editing process, it would be greatly appreciated so that they don't also get identified and harassed as well. All right, so let's dive more into tear gas and pepper spray, what to expect. What does it even look like? So it's going to, either one can be sprayed from a small handheld dispensers or from a large fire extinguisher size tank. It's going to cause stinging, burning to your skin and your eyes, excessive tearing, to the point where you can't even open your eyes. You are going to have difficulty breathing, coughing. I'm
going to bring my glasses with me, but I'm not going to wear them until they tear gas. I don't think they're going to tear gas this. I don't think they're going to tear gas us. Maybe if we stay past curfew. But I'm not doing anything to break the law. I'm going to leave the second there's like any kind of curfew or anything like that. I can't find my way out of this terrible ass dungeon. It's driving me crazy. I hate this dungeon. And they give it to me over and over and over again. I was just like shutting a door just to let myself know where I am in this goddamn labyrinth. I fucking keep cycling here for some reason and I don't really know why. It's so dumb. I can't find my way out of here. It's driving me crazy. I think there's like, I think you have to like go down here maybe, but I keep messing up. I don't know. I think you keep going the wrong way. I don't remember, and I really have a problem with this sort of stuff. With my Asperger's does not respond well to maps like this. I really don't. I fucking don't know. I'll navigate out. I always do, but it's fucking so annoying. Like it's like, at this point now I'm like, should I just follow a right wall? Because I cannot seem to get the fuck out of here. I don't know. I found a way too. Ooh, wait, what's that? Maybe that'll let me out. Let me out of here, please. Please, let me out of here, please. Let me out, let me out, let me out. Wait, what's this? Where does it go? Wait, I think I've been here before. Damn it, I have. This is all the same stuff. See, it's all just the same connection. It didn't go anywhere. Ah, you're so annoying. Maybe this is it. I don't know. Ooh, here's somewhere I haven't been. Oh, here's somewhere I haven't been. Oh, God, maybe I can get out of here. Maybe it's a dead end. I don't know. It might be a dead end. I really don't
know. Disoriented, confused.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bring my glasses in a box in my pocket, and if I have to, I'll just take my fucking contacts out. If I get tear gas, I'll take my contacts out and I'll just pull my glasses out. God damn it. God damn it, I hate this place. It's so annoying. Let me out of here. I feel trapped, Bethesda. Please let me leave this dungeon, please. You don't let me warp out of here, do you? Do you let me just go to the ship? Oh my god, it does. I didn't know that. I thought it was, I get 76 in this game mixed up about what the rules are. I didn't know it was that easy. I can just leave. Okay, I can just leave. Thank God. Ah, thank God I can just leave. Okay, so, oh God, I'm 10 minutes past. Apparently I need to buy a VebMac. $61 people. I need to quit my corporation. Okay, this is a 60-man op. It's less than I thought, but that's okay. Okay, so now I will save since I got done with this. Yeah, I got done with that. I forgot that this op was running. Yeah, there we go. Do I have a VedMac here? Oops, VedMac. Do I have a VedMac here? I don't think I have a VedMac here. Okay, let's just go buy a VedMac. Fuck it. VedMac. you. Okay, I'm gonna turn on some Eve music here. We're gonna do the Eve RP and do a nice little op here. It's fun to do some Eve Online. This is the good type of war. You know, this is the only good type of war that there is. I love this fucking ship. I gotta jump out and do a flight check here. Gonna do it all RP like I'm in the fucking cockpit. Sooner or later there will be a cockpit. It's gonna be sweet. '76 is getting a good update. That's good. That's good. I love '76. Here we go. It's a good day for an op. I'm gonna run and pee after the next jump. Okay, he's gonna jump me. I'm gonna go pee while I have the chance. I'll be right back. gotta jump. Okay, I had to pee. Sorry. Why am I slower than everybody else? Or I guess I'm not. They're like Kikimoras, yeah. Oh, I didn't align is what it is. There we go. Oh yeah, I gotta turn the audio up, huh? Feels good to focus on something other than war. This is the only war that I should focus on. I'm just kidding. Where the fuck is my overview? Oh, there we go. Yes, prefer safer. I forgot. Now I was thinking that today was Friday, but today is Thursday, and this was not as big of as an op as I let on. I feel bad, guys. I didn't mean to deceive you. I thought it was going to be like 150 people, but it's 60. It's still good though. It's still going to be a fun op, and there might be more people too. We don't know. God, I love Eve. What did I DC? Oh, no, there we go. Whoa. No, they're all warped out. Fucking jump. I think I'll drop X4 for now. God damn it, jumping through is like freezing my computer. Here, you, shut. Fucking annoying. Stop, you. Maybe I better train Mastery for Vedmak too. 5 more jumps. This is so awesome. I love this shit. It's nice when they have an opposite that like they're in my time zone. Oh, this game keeps like half freezing. It's annoying. Armor Command. I guess 3 isn't something to brag about. The system in question today is Postavon. We are in Solitude, southern side of Solitude. Okay. Stop that time. Almost there. We're gonna nuke a station today. A strategic station. We have some other people meeting us. Gonna be an interesting time. fuck, man. Sorry, guys. Some kind of... It's saying overloading encoded, but... I don't know why. There's not any games running. Here we go. I think we're moving. Here we are. We're gonna pop this motherfucking station. Fuck, I forgot to buy ammo. That might be kind of bad. There's some 4 jumps away. I can always just go jump. Whatever. Here we go, bitch. Don't cross the beams. Firing up fireworks and shit. I'm gonna take a sprint. Like the fireworks going off and shit. Yep, fire it. Window. Yep. Perfect. Beautiful. It's a good memory. Oh, yeah. Get some screenshots of this. Yeah. Window. Badass. Alright, let's just watch the DPS burn. Okay, let's just watch the DPS build. I'm at 500. The slime pit? I can't believe you named this the slime pit. We should kill it. Fuck the slime pit. Fuck the slime pit. So dope. That's a little loud. I'm gonna turn it down. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to get the, you know, you know, just get the weight of the situation a little bit, you know. Monitors can fire fireworks. I'm blowing up a station. What are you doing? Just kidding. It's like raiding, but like, you know, in Eve. It's a lot easier than Rust and a lot less toxic. I like this form of raiding. I can sit back, I can do it when I'm drunk. It doesn't matter. You press F1, you fucking wait. Sometimes you turn off the shitty ass UI. Sometimes you don't. Right? I'm just gonna keep my eyes and just do a D-scan here and there and just have an eye out for anything nasty. Only thing I see out of place at all. Nope, nothing out of place at all. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I think we got, well, yeah, we got 62 members. I'm sorry, 62 in the fleet, 59 where we are. Yeah, great. Shit's great. $712. Oh yeah, baby! I love tossing that number out. I love this shit. It's so entertaining to me. Like taking some nerd shit. God, I love robbing nerds. I'm gonna go rob nerds on the hypernet right now. God, I love robbing nerds. It brings joy to my soul. For all the shitty times that they abuse me or treat me bad or whatever, I love robbing nerds through the systems that I meant to rob them, you know? Remember when I took that guy's kit yesterday? That was hilarious. I'm mortal, no less. I just came in, same guy tried to duel me, I denied him, and then to make it worse, to make insult worse, after I denied him, like half an hour later, I stomped him in the basement. 3 hits, he was out. Space rave. Space rave. It's a beautiful little scene. All is right with the cosmos except for all the war on our fucking planet. All's right with my cosmos. I can sit back, I can press F1, I can watch a station die. I don't even think I'm gonna see it blow up. It's still gonna be fun to watch it die. It's almost hypnotic, isn't it? It's like the acid of the universe tore a big red butthole and it's all connected to our faces. That's the analogy. The station in question had a quite a large laser hole in it. Do I have enough? Yeah, I have enough ammo for this, yeah. Neutron grid. Orson Welles. I wonder if this guy is coming back to this guild. Yeah, he's 115 km. I'm so glad I gave Eve Online the time it needed. It brings me such joy to watch this fucking station get a butthole torn in it. It brings me quite the joy. This is only like 60 people, but still 60 people is dope. Fuck these guys. We should bring great victory to the Gorb. The Cosmic Ballet. It's a lot better than the spinning spinning pirouetting ballerinas in Mortal. It's a lot more entertaining. Those guys think they're so superior. This shit's so much cooler than that. Rust too. Maybe I should pay attention, huh? Oh, no, we're gonna pop this bitch. Yeah, we're gonna pop this, huh? Oh, I thought there was another timer. Oh, nice. Oh, it's getting down there. Did you blow up a station today? A space station. Did you blow up a space station? And they have stuff in there. And we're going to find out what. They have stuff in there. We're going to find out what. Let's see. What do they have in there? $7:12 the entire time. This thing melted so quick. Okay, we're getting down to it. Maybe another, I don't know, 2 minutes. I like watching stations die. Okay, I'm gonna pull back my drones. I'm gonna end the stream here when this ends. It's good. We got 26 jumps to go though, which sucks. Something's going on. Oh, no, there it goes. Fun to go do something with a bunch of boys or whatever. Do some man stuff. Get in our submarine ships and go blow up some fucking port. That's exactly what it's like. It's like 660 submarines goes and wolf packs some fucking port where they can dock, you know? That's what we just did. That's what EVE is. It really is. It's like 3D. That's the best amalgamation I can make for it. It's like 3D, it's like 3D submarine game. It's a 3D submarine game. Sometimes I think about running that one game I have. What's that called? U-Boat. U-Boat's a good game if I just kept playing and I learned how to play it. U-Boat is a good game. You can like live out the fucking World War II submarine thing and sail all over the world. And it's a great little sandbox. I like U-Boat quite a bit, and it's beautiful too. But and you can live it out in real time. Like I can just let it sail all day for, like if it takes 18 days to reach like some Nazi port, I can let it sail. I can just let it sail there, like a boat. And I think I might actually return to U-Boat tomorrow too, because that's a really good game. I don't know. Maybe there's a new submarine game. I should maybe look. It's been about 6 months since I last looked. I want to get out of low sec first, though. It's a long day. I did not intend to stay up this late. This op ran forever. No, it didn't. It was 2 hours. I mean, that's really not too bad. Connection to the server was closed. Okay. Okay. fucking happened. You're fucked up or whatever. Just shut down. I don't know. Something like, I think the client memory leaked. Oh dear God, I do not want to lose this goddamn Fed Mac. And we have to go through, I have to go through Tama, which is just a fucking disaster. I might catch up with them, but I fucking doubt it. I think I was out too long. That's okay. I'm not gonna bother them further. I'm not gonna get to rejoin the fleet. It's good. I just don't want to go through Tama with this alone. I'm probably gonna die. Maybe I better load Yue Dama's scout. God damn it. Okay, so looking at this. The system in question is Tama. I have to go through it alone now because I desync for some fucking reason. We don't know why, but... But the good news is I'm right in their wake. So anybody who was at the gate is ready to face like a 60-man fucking fight and is definitely scattered. So, I mean, if I catch it right in their wake, and I'm probably moving probably about as fast as they are. They're probably about 1 to 2 jumps ahead of me. So it's good. Like, if those guys scatter, maybe a tackle shows up on gate again right away. But maybe everybody in Tama scatters. Let's take a look. Tama... I don't see Tama. The Tama isn't on this. Yeah, no, I guess Tama's not on this list, huh? He doesn't track Tama. Well, Tama's scary. Tama's not too good. Here we go, we're making this jump. Probably right in their wake, motherfucker, right in their wake. Go, 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 I'm just jumping, fuck it. Go, 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 go. There we go, and I caught up to him. See, now it's fine. Something about that session, it like memory leaked because I was on it like all goddamn day for like 18 or whatever, 14 hours or whatever we're at now. No, 9 hours. Oh, I had to stop the stream today. Yeah, what time did I start? Like 9? I mean, yeah, it's been 15 hours or something. Time to go to bed. Gita Looms, I made it through the op alive. It's good. I made it through Tama alive, even though I desynced. Okay, sad as it is. Oh, thank you, Idama Scout, for the excellent content for my stream. I've liked and subbed to your channel. You know, I popped in there. Let's go back, and I'm going to drop the heart sign and say thank you. Excuse me. I'll turn this down. Okay, let's see what agenda says.
Grilling on one of these streams is driving me bonkers.
Oh, he looks so tired. Did the war start at the end of your shift, buddy?
Mr. Bud Lover thinks there will be red alerts in Israel very soon.
Mr. Butt Lover?
We'll see.
Mr. Butt Lover? Was he just trolled? He was just trolled. Mr. Butt Lover. Thanks, therapist. Wait, we have to go back. Wait. Say it again. Say it again. Did you just get trolled? You got trolled. I caught it at the perfect time. You fell for it. You did. You fell for it.
There is some sort of like jackhammering or something or drilling on one of these streams that's driving me bonkers. Mr. Bud Lover thinks there will be red alerts in Israel very soon. Mr. Bud Lover thinks there will be red alerts in Israel very soon. Mr. Bud Lover thinks there will be red alerts in Israel very soon. We'll see.
Mr. Butt Lover or Bud Lover?
We'll see. Bud Lover thinks there will be red alerts in... Mr. Bud Lover thinks there will be red alerts.
I don't think he realizes. He didn't realize. He's so fucking nerdy. I don't think he realized it. I caught it. I think a bunch of people caught it. Mr. Butt Lover thinks there'll be. I can see how a man might get to derive a lot of satisfaction out of like slapping down like $50 just to make your friends laugh. Like, I'm sorry, it's stupid. It's $50, but hey, I like the guy or whatever, right? So I'm gonna make him. I'm gonna make everybody laugh here. Mr. Butt Lover thinks that. God damn it. It's not funny. Mr. Butt Lover.
Ite Blumenthal, who is
Mr. Butt Lover is actually such a fucking funny name. I'm gonna rename this bit. I'm gonna rename this. I'm gonna troll in my fucking thing. No, the Gnosis. The Gnosis. Why is that? What? No. I'm gonna rename this bit. I mean, it's a good ship. Mr. Butt Lover. Mr. Butt Lover is such a funny phrase. Mr. Butt Lover.
Israeli reporter.
Mr. Bud Lover thinks
says,
there's going to be nuclear
He's with
things.
Khan News. He says an Israeli security source says behind the scenes of the Israeli attack on Iran, the Mossad.
This guy is not going to sleep. He knows that it's like, I don't know, like $1,000 an hour or something. So he's just like, he's just chilling out. He knows the viewership is like 1,000. He knows that the ad revenue is like 1,000. The fucking
completely built capabilities in Iran that were designed. Oh my god! So much noise on these streams. Which stream is that?
You're gonna cause them to have a mental breakdown.
That's
You gotta shut down the jackhammer mods.
I have the noise on.
Shut down the jackhammer mod.
From Tel Aviv and from Modin. The other two I have to stop right now. I can put them on later. A jackhammer. It's just infinite possibilities.
Oh wow! Iran has sent drones now. Let's go look at Al Jazeera. Oh no! Is this gonna develop? I think it is. Maybe I actually stay up tonight, huh? Oh my God.
Benjamin Netanyahu telling in a statement, telling the Israeli public what targets they were aiming at, but he was also giving more justification.
No.
Just widen it out for us, give us some context about what he's been
Not really
saying
seeing
about
many
this.
new reports from Iran at the moment.
Yeah. Well, Rob, the Israeli Prime Minister basically told ordinary Israelis, they have to prepare for the long haul. The expectation is that this could take as long as 2 weeks, perhaps, that they should stay near shelters and safe rooms, because in any case, Israel is in a state of emergency. There will be no schools, there will be no universities, no businesses will be open except if necessary, so perhaps some groceries and so on. Even the hospitals have been ordered to clear the beds of patients who can go home.
36,000 in this
But
channel.
Benjamin Netanyahu has also been talking
38,000 in that
saying
one, because
this
people
was
are going to
a,
sleep.
quote,
In the morning,
preemptive
it's going to be
strike that
fucking
Israel had
crazy.
to do it to protect its national security.
I'm kind of
He
worried to
also
go to
wanted
bed,
paint this
honestly.
as an attack that serves the interests of the United States. He talked about coordination with Washington, about close ties, about Israel defending the civilized world against what he termed as the world's most dangerous country, and saying that Iran was close to nuclear capability. We know that attacking Iran is a point of consensus in Israel. The opposition leaders have welcomed it, have congratulated the army. But we also know that Iran is not a nuclear power yet. It has those facilities. It has IAEA monitors on the ground, and it was engaged in talks with the Trump administration on a way to overcome that a persisting impasse and that crisis over its nuclear program. And at this moment, given all of these attacks and the fact that the attacks were not limited to military facilities, they targeted the military brass, the leadership of the Iranian army, the leadership of the nuclear program, the scientists, those responsible for the ballistic missiles, as well. It feels a lot bigger.
You have
It
to
certainly
subscribe
is
for a
being
year.
perceived
Wow.
as something far bigger than a preemptive or targeted attack.
No, for now, thank you very much.
Yeah,
indeed.
I think my channel, it used to be 3 months, but I turned it
Leaders
down.
around the world have been reacting to Israel's strikes on Iran. Saudi Arabia says the attacks violate Iran's sovereignty, safety, as well as international law. The nation's Secretary General Antonio Guterres says he condemns any military escalation in the Middle East. He says he's particularly concerned the attacks targeted nuclear sites, while talks between Iran and the US on the status of Iran's nuclear program are ongoing. Qatar's also condemned the attack, calling it a flagrant violation.
I want some kind of snack food.
And security.
That seems like the kind of thing to do right now. I'm going to have a snack.
He's an assistant professor in critical security studies at the Doha Institute for Graduate Studies. Very good to have you with us. I want to just talk to you about the response that Iran is making so far. We're getting the impression it's around about 100 drones have been launched. They seem to be coming from Syria. They're also being intercepted.
Have some
over
Czech
Saudi
cereal.
Arabia airspace.
That's a pretty low
The
impact
details, of course,
snack.
still coming in. What's your assessment of this response and how it might play into a longer-term response from Iran?
It's really expected. So Iran would have to respond somehow. I think we need to wait for these projectiles and the missiles and all the drones to land. Because if Iran is serious about hitting Israel and in a serious response, not like the one in 2024, I think that would change the nature of the whole conflict into zero-sum. Because
this Al Jazeera chat is actually really cultured.
A serious Iranian attack.
Because there's a year limit of how long you've been subbed.
The message clear to Tehran that we know where your leaders are, we know who they are, we have accurate intelligence, and we have the technological means to reach inside Iran. I think the message was very clear. What we have heard over the last 5 to 6 hours is an Israeli message to the Iranian side, is if you attack us, if you respond seriously, we can escalate. Now, Iran would have to respond. I think we need to wait for these missiles to land. Iran has the capability, let's not forget, that Iran has the capability to hit Israel because they can overwhelm the Iron Dome, they can overwhelm Israeli air defenses. We have seen this before. But would the Iranian leadership take the decision to do that? I think that we would have to see in the next coming hours.
I want to ask you about the intelligence element of this, because mounting an attack like this would require a degree of very specific targeting to be able to hit the locations that they have hit and the individuals that they appear to have been targeted. What's your assessment of how that intelligence has come together?
Indeed. I mean, Israel has been very successful in targeting Iranian locations over the last 5 to 6 years. Actually, it goes even way before that. Since 2006, the Israeli side has been very active in cultivating human sources inside Iran, using technology to identify potential targets.
Israel has always had Palantir
the cyber attack against the nuclear
and Pegasus,
but now we can see that,
and they can just read their phones, and so they find out where they are from their phone, and then they just send the drone bomb there.
2 a.m. probably this morning, Israeli attacks against Iranian targets, right? But we don't hear much about the technical.
If I was a
side,
general,
which
I would not
kind
carry
of,
a cell
weapons
phone.
they have been used, because really the significance is not about the type of weapons that have been used. It's about the intelligence success that Israel has been able to achieve inside Iran. And I think Iran realized that this is a weakness. This has been going on for some years now. And I think the Israeli side is not doing this on its own. It's using also technologies and satellites from allies in the region, allies such as the United States and the European Union states. So I think this is a significant intelligence breach to Iranian security services, and also to their, to their main figures of their leadership. What we would see next is whether the Iranian intelligence services have been doing their job, because they leaked only 2 days ago. They leaked documents that they have acquired from the Israeli side about activities inside Israel, about their nuclear facilities. So we would see in the next hours whether the Iranian side has been doing their job, and I mean the intelligence side of the security services, or not.
Dosa, you have long experience, of course, working in Iran. Talk to us about the kind of response that Iran is going to have, particularly amongst the people of Iran as well, when they are once again being threatened by Israel.
Well, certainly, people are shocked at the moment. I think they're still reeling from what happened, and the scale of this attack is completely unexpected. So there's a lot of shock, and then there's fear and anger now. Many people I've spoken to over the past few hours, they are just reeling, very, very angry, because there seems to be there was no consideration about civilian casualties in these attacks from Israel. And that's the difference from previous attacks. One of the differences, certainly, that the civilian casualty is going to be quite high, and that's something Iran has not witnessed in decades since the war with Iraq. That ended in 1988. So certainly people are going to want a response from the officials, whatever that is, but they're going to demand some kind of a strong response.
Dosa Mohammed, thank you very much indeed. Stay.
All too real. The increasing range of Iran's ballistic missiles would bring that nuclear nightmare to the cities of Europe and eventually to America. Remember, Iran calls Israel the small Satan. It calls America the great Satan. And this is why for decades it's led millions in the chants of death to Israel and death to America. Today, Israel is responding to those genocidal calls with action and with a call of our own. Long live Israel and long live America. Our action will help make the world a much safer place. I want to thank President Trump for his leadership in confronting Iran's nuclear weapons program. He has made clear time and again that Iran cannot have a nuclear enrichment program. Today, it is clear that Iran is just buying for time. It refuses to agree to this basic requirement of peaceful nations. That is why we have no choice but to act, and act now. The hardest decision any leader has to make is to thwart a danger before it is fully materialized. Nearly a century ago, facing the Nazis, a generation of leaders failed to act in time. They were paralyzed by the horrors of World War I. They were determined to avoid war at all costs, and they got the worst war ever. They adopted a policy of appeasement. They closed their eyes and ears to all the warning signs. That failure to act resulted in World War II, the deadliest war in history. It claimed the lives of
To Mr. Cuomo, I have never had to resign in disgrace. I have never cut Medicaid. I have never stolen hundreds of millions of dollars from the MTA. I have never hounded the 13 women who credibly accused me of sexual harassment. I have never sued for their gynecological records, and I have never done those things because I am not you, Mr. Cuomo. And furthermore, the name is Mamdani, Mamdani. You should learn how to say it because we got to get it right.
Leaked copy of tonight's questions. Questions for Zohran Mamdani. Second televised debate. Confidential and not for public distribution. Do you support Israel? Do you support Israel's right to exist? Do you support Israel's right to exist as a Jewish state? Do you support Israel in a house? Do you support Israel with a mouse? Do you support Israel in a box? Would you support Israel with a fox?
Mr. Mamdani, can I just jump in? Would you visit Israel as mayor?
I've said in a UJA questionnaire that I believe that you need not travel to Israel to stand up for Jewish New Yorkers. And that is what I will be doing as the mayor.
Okay, that's all the culture war I'm doing for today. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Just a reminder, you are watching Skycat Live. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for any likes, subs, or follows that you may have given me. If you like what you saw here, I'll be back here tomorrow for a long period of 15 hours, something like that. And then on Saturday, I just want to leave with, I live in Bellingham, Washington. And I am going to go to the local No Kings rally, and I'm going to do, like that guy, I'm going to do an actual agenda-free stream where I don't say anything. I don't get in any politics or anything. I'm just going to show people what the Bellingham protest looks like. That's it. I'm just going to show footage of it for, 3-4 hours, maybe even until curfew. And, yeah. Gonna put some camera on some pigs. Anyways, I'm just thinking about all the things that I have to do. So I have to do a bunch of things to be ready for that and all that too. But anyways, I'll be back tomorrow in the morning. I love you guys. Thank you. I don't know if I'll walk midday or if I'll do it at the beginning. I don't know. So it might be a little bit later. Depending on the weather. If it's like really hot and sunny tomorrow, I will walk at like noon and then be on at like 2. If it's like not, then I'll probably walk later, like 2 or 3. But we'll see. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your time. It's good to see you. I think that's everything. Oh, no, one more thing. I have thousands of videos on my YouTube channel. This is reflected here. Thank you so much for your time, and I love you guys. Oh, I have ones that are still pending? Really? Really? Well, which one is this? God damn it, I've got to fix this first. Now, wait, what is it that you wanted? Oh, I have to remember the number, and it's not opening for some reason. Oh, there we go. Why is that so yellow? Seems weird. What happened? You, like, froze. Oh, there you go. Guys, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna restart my computer because I seem to be having like some problems and stuff. I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna go restart my computer. I love you guys. You have a wonderful day. Thank you for your time. Bye. Yeah, like this computer. When I tried to stop this video, this stream froze. Like my computer is freezing over and over again. What the fuck is happening? Oh no, did I lose the last video? I hope not, because it was only a 2.5 hour session. No. No, don't freeze on me. Just stop trying to do this. Just stop trying. Just stop trying. Oh. Yes, I want to stop recording. Yes. Yes, I want to stop. Wait, what? Stop. Yes, I want to stop recording. What is your problem?